Hey you wonderful people, welcome back to another episode of Broken Sword Reforged with myself, Market Gaming. If you are new, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button right now before you leave. And also, if you enjoyed the episode, please give me a thumbs up. Please. Pretty please. So yeah, anyway, welcome back. Last episode, if you haven't seen that link to the right corner, go check that out. That is where we found an address in the red nose we found, which led us to this place, the costume shop. After speaking to this guy, we now have a name of the guy who rented the costume. Monsieur Khan. Okay, so I think we've spoken to this guy enough. I think what we got to do now is, do we go ring Nicole? Or do we go to Nicole's place? Let her know. Let's go to Nicole's place, tell her that we know the name. So let's go.
Salut, George. What news?
I've been to the costume shop.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, I like it. What are you supposed to be?
I didn't hire a costume. These are my clothes and you know it.
Did you ask about the clown?
Yeah. He used the name Khan. He hired 2 costumes, the clown and a pixie.
Then we're one jump ahead of him.
How do you make that out?
He probably plans to use the pixie suit next time he kills.
Oh, God, don't let it be me. I don't deserve to die at the hands of a pixie.
Don't be silly, George. That won't happen.
Oh, no?
No, because every time you see a pixie, you're going to run like hell.
Run away! Right, okay, so we got the photograph of Khan.
How come you enlarged this photograph of me?
Because I noticed the guy behind you, of course.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I think we've already shown her that, so let's click on this
What
one.
are you doing to help trace the killer clown?
Research, George.
Yeah? You have a copy of the clown's yearbook?
I have a telephone and lots of contacts.
Oh, well, did you find anything useful?
Not yet. I'm employing my first and most useful weapon.
What's that?
Patience.
Oh, I've heard of that. Isn't it a substitute for decisive thinking?
Okay. I do apologise if the mic's picking up any detection. I've got currently roadworks on the front of the house, so I can see the board jumping. It's picking something up. Hopefully it's not ruining it. Okay,
Have you found out any more about the murders?
Well, it may be nothing, but both the clown's victims visited Paris earlier this year.
When?
The second week of July. They were both here at the same time.
Did they meet?
I don't know, but I can't imagine it was coincidence.
Okay. Telephone.
May I use your telephone?
Do
Sure,
we tell
go ahead.
Todrick?
Thanks.
Yeah, let's tell Todrick.
Hello?
We have a name.
Who is this? It's George Stobbart again. What now?
What now?
The man I'm looking for is called Khan. He bought a suit from you, remember?
Mr. Khan.
Here we go.
Yes, I remember him. Yes, I delivered the suit to his hotel. The Hotel Ubu. I don't remember the room number. It was upstairs. The second room on the right-hand side of the corridor.
Thanks, Todrick. That's all I wanted to know. Now I've got you, Mr. Clown.
There we go. We have an address.
Now we're getting somewhere. Do you know the Hotel Ubu?
The Ubu? Yes, I do.
That's where the clown stayed.
Good work, George.
Good work, George. Right, let's go visit
See you later.
Hotel
Where
Ubu.
are you going now?
I could go hang out at the Hotel Ubu.
Watch out for Khan, George.
Don't worry, I will.
Here we go. Onwards and upwards. Yay. Let's go. Okay, Hotel Ubu, which is over this side of Paris. Let's go. Okay, this looks rather different. Does it always look like this? Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember. Now I remember. Look at this. This is awesome. There we go. Right. Let's try and get in. Here we go. Okay, now they let us in. I know them guys do approach us at some point. Awesome. Let's go over to here. Speak to this person here.
There was no one registered under the name of Khan. If the killer was staying here, he'd used a different pseudonym.
Let's have a check. Let's ask.
I want some information.
Who are you? The police?
I'm conducting a private investigation.
Ah, I know only too well what you mean. That is one of the drawbacks of the catering business. When people book into an hotel, they leave their morals at home, no?
No. Awesome. Okay.
I'm looking for a man who dresses like a clown.
This is a highly respectable hotel, monsieur. There are no clowns here.
If you say so.
This guy's a clown, though.
Do you have a guest by the name of Khan?
No, monsieur. Perhaps you would care to check the register.
I thought we already did do. Let's have a look.
The man who calls himself Khan has a scar on his left cheek.
Vraiment? I tell you, I do not know a man named Khan.
Maybe not, but I'd noticed a change in his expression when I mentioned the scar.
Show him the photo then.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Yes, monsieur. That man is one of our guests.
What name?
I cannot tell you that.
Why not? Tell me this instance.
Do you know a man named Plantard?
No, monsieur.
Okay, right.
Thanks for your help, buddy.
I know at some point we can't grab this hotel key here. Let's get told off by this person.
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
What?
You are trying to steal that key, no?
No way.
None way. Okay, let's go upstairs. Was it like the middle on the right or something like that? I can't actually remember. Was it this one?
The door was locked.
The door was locked. This one?
The door was locked.
Yeah, we're not going to get very far with that. Right, back downstairs again. Next person we can question is the guy reading the paper, I'm assuming. This one.
Excuse me, didn't I see your picture in the news? You're that Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state.
Yes, that is me, in person.
I don't want to worry you, but have you had any threats on your life? You know, mysterious phone calls, letters made up of headlines cut from the newspaper.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Let's get down to it.
Have you seen a clown?
I beg your pardon?
The clown. A guy in funny pants. Have you seen him?
My pants are from England. Marks and Spencer. They are a pleasure and a comfort to wear, with much support.
I'm real glad to hear that. You know, it's good to know you Nobel Prize winners are human too.
In my country, the people make do with string and egg cartoons.
For pants?
For everything. Oppression is the mother of ingenuity.
Okay. Marks and Spencers. Love that. Love that.
Do you know a guy called Plantard?
I don't know anybody in Paris.
Oh, Well, this guy's dead anyhow.
Why do you ask me about dead men? I have seen enough of death to last me a lifetime.
I'm, sure you have.
Okay. Photo.
Do you recognize this man? He calls himself Khan.
Yes, I know this man.
Okay.
Why do you carry his photograph?
I'm a private detective.
I'm a private detective. Oh, we haven't even got the detective card no more. I've just realised. So shake his hand. No, don't shake his hand. Right.
What's your interest in Khan?
He is an enemy of my people.
You know he's a killer.
Of course, amongst other things.
Really? Okay, keep talking, keep talking.
Would you help me investigate Khan?
That is not possible. My instructions are to observe. I cannot jeopardize my position as an honored guest of this country's government.
Oh, so he's like spying on that Khan as well.
Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
So he says. Right, let's speak to the woman on the piano. See if she can help us.
Hi there, ma'am.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
I remember
I'm
that
looking
voice.
for a man.
You disappoint me, my dear. For one foolish moment I thought... But never mind. Aren't you going to tell me your name?
George Stobbart, ma'am.
How sweet! I once had a stable boy called George. I am Lady Piermont. The common reaction is to kneel and stutter, but it's not obligatory.
A real lady? I mean, you're an honest-to-God aristocrat?
Oh, I don't know about that. Few of my ancestors are honest, not even to God. I can trace my family back to the Normans, but don't let that intimidate you, George. Beneath that impressive pedigree, I'm just flesh and blood. The blood may be blue, but the flesh is the plump beef of old England, so to speak. You appear distracted, George. Is there any way I can help you?
Yes, there is. I need that key. But anyway, talk about yourself.
Are you here in Paris on vacation?
No, darling, I'm on holiday. I needed to get away after Algy's funeral.
I didn't realize you were mourning the loss of a loved one.
I'm not. He was my husband.
I'm not, but he was my husband. Obviously didn't like him then.
I'm sorry to hear about your husband's death.
You wouldn't be if you knew him, my dear. It gives me the opportunity to take a well-deserved holiday. Daphne suggested a change of scenery. Paris, she said. A wild romance is just what you need to take your mind off the inquest. Well, the closest I came to romance was being wooed by a drunken Breton chef. I must say I was disappointed with his coq au vin. Not at all what I was expecting. I was thinking of cutting my holiday short, packing my bags and heading back to Hemel Hempstead. That was until last night.
And on that bombshell, what happened last night?
What happened to you last night?
I was stricken, Mr. Stobbart. Cupid's arrow has cleft my bosom.
They couldn't really miss.
It was just as I'd always imagined it should be. The intimacy of candlelight, romantic music tinkling across the room, and then a stranger's glance. Those brooding eyes, that suave manner, those tight trousers. He was the man I'd been waiting for all my life.
I'm glad he finally turned up after all these years.
Ah, but it wasn't to be. He was merely toying with my affections. And if I ever catch up with him, he's dead.
He's dead. Right, carry on talking about yourself.
Who was the guy who led you on?
His name is Merlin.
Merlin. Okay. Ask about this guy.
I'm looking for a murderer.
Good heavens! You're a private detective.
That's correct, ma'am.
What's the term you Americans use? It's on the tip of my tongue.
I believe what you're thinking of is Dick.
Precisely.
She's got a dick on the tip of her tongue. Tell you what.
Have you come across a man who calls himself Khan?
I am familiar with only one person named Khan.
Genghis Khan, the legendary Mongol barbarian chieftain?
No, darling. Kevin.
Kevin Khan? I never heard of him.
I'd be most surprised if you had, darling. He's a pharmacist in Hemel Hempstead. Organises fundraising for the Rotarians. Lovely man.
Does he have a scar on his cheek?
I really wouldn't know, sweetie.
Of course not. Right, key.
Would you distract the clerk while I borrow a key?
Are you asking me to aid you in a criminal act, darling?
I guess I am.
Good heavens, I must be dreaming.
I don't think so, ma'am.
Now tell me, why do you want to get into that room?
I'm a detective. We do these things.
Now you're being ridiculous. If you can't supply me with a plausible explanation, I'm not interested.
I really need that key bad.
I'm not convinced I should help you, darling.
Oh, come on. Right, this one then.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
My God, it's him. That's Merlin.
She represented everything I loved
Merlin,
about the
Khan.
English. The lady was totally
What next?
deranged. Merlin? You mean King Arthur's wizard?
Good heavens, no! Monsieur Merlin is a fellow guest. He's the man I've been telling you about. That's the man who spurned me.
Okay. Getting somewhere now.
The man you know as Merlin is a fake.
What do you mean, sweetie?
He's a murderer. He also uses the name Khan.
I am shocked, Mr. Stobbart. Shaken. I took him to be a gentleman, a man of honor. You know, I'd rather like to assist you in stitching him up.
There we go. Get me the key.
When did you last see Merlin?
It was no more than an hour ago. He came downstairs and spoke to that clerk chappie. Something passed hands. I couldn't see what exactly.
A briefcase?
No, smaller than that. A bundle of papers, perhaps. The clerk put it in the hotel safe and Merlin went out.
Okay.
Are you sure you saw Merlin putting documents in the safe?
Yes, darling, positive.
I wonder what they were.
Obviously something of great importance.
Yeah. I'd sure like to get my hands on whatever it is. I'll bet they had something to do with Plantard's briefcase.
Yeah, possibly. Possibly.
Has Merlin returned to the hotel?
No, he hasn't. Are you going to search his room?
If I could get in there, I would.
And that's why you want the key?
Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
I shouldn't think my feminine charms would be much use in this case. But a good dose of English arrogance might do the trick.
Here we go. We're gonna get the key. Yeah, man. Oh, she's got a big head, hasn't she?
I say! You there? Flunky!
Oui, madame.
Listen carefully. You do understand English, don't you?
But of course, madame.
Want the key?
Good. I wish to deposit some jewelry for safekeeping.
I understand.
Are you quite certain?
Oh, bien sûr, madame.
Over to you, my dear.
Thank you very much, lovely. Let's go get the key quick. There we go. Right, before we go search the room, I know you're all probably thinking, let's go search the room. Let me just show you what happens when you leave this hotel. Here we go.
Just a minute, monsieur.
What's your problem?
No problem, if you cooperate.
What do you want?
Just a routine security check. Nothing to worry yourself about.
Oh, well, all right.
Search him, Flap.
You bet.
Hey, knock it off. Get off, you big ape.
Nothing, Guido. Zilch.
Our apologies, monsieur.
What? I had to report you to the authorities.
Round here, we are the authority.
You want I should break his arms?
No. Let him go, Flap.
So yes, that's what happens every time you leave the hotel. Now, there is something particular that I get And if I've got it on me when I leave the hotel, I die. Them lads like lynch me. So yeah, this is what it is at the back. We have to like get across the side here. I don't know why I'm explaining it to you because I'm going to show you how it works in a minute. But yeah, we have to chuck the key or whatever it is down there. So let's go search the room, see what we can find. Was it the middle door? Can't remember if it's the middle door or the end door.
The door was locked.
Yes, well, you got a key, George. Come on, George, help me out. Key. Oh no, that's 21, isn't it?
The door was locked.
Yeah, no, this is 21. Yes, George. I know the door is locked. Key. Right. Yeah, so I think it's this door. I'm sure it said second on the right.
Maybe it wasn't the right room, but this was the right key.
Oh, that's... yeah. Right. So basically what we have to do is go out the window across the ledge, as I was explaining.
The cabinet was empty, but it smelt of onions. No kidding, it really did.
No kidding. Don't think anything else is searchable. Wardrobe, let's have a check in there. If nobody's staying here, the room's just going to be like
There was
really
nothing
clean.
in the wardrobe apart from a vague, lingering smell of camphor.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, out the window. Come on in. Go. Okay, there we go. There we go. Into the room we are. Briefcase, straight away.
I searched the interior of the briefcase, but as I'd half expected, it was empty.
Okay. So it was. Right, wardrobe.
There was
Clothes?
nothing in the pockets of the pants.
Okay. Nothing in there. There's something that we have to find, I'm sure of it.
The assassin had been too smart to leave incriminating evidence beside his bed.
Okay, bed. Anything on top? Well, obviously can't see anything on top, or anything on top, underneath.
The bed was freshly made, and the crisp white sheets told me nothing about the killer's habits.
Okay, so there's nothing in here. Do we like leave the room? Yes.
I had the kind of feeling in my stomach that would usually send me running to the bathroom.
Is he going to hide in the wardrobe? Yes, we are. Right, okay. This is the Monsieur Khan. Ah, don't see me. There we go. So he's got changed. What's in these trousers then?
I couldn't believe my luck when I found 2 items in the pockets of the pants. The first was an ordinary matchbook. no matches, no clues. The second was a pass card which read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Right, okay, now my mind is a little bit foggy, can't really remember what happens now. All I do know is I'll speak to her or him. Sorry.
What?
What? Yeah.
I'd like to retrieve something from your safe.
Ah, oui, monsieur. May I see some form of identification?
Like what?
A driving license, perhaps?
I don't drive.
Your passport?
I don't have it with me. I could show you my operation scar.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I must have some form of unique ID.
You won't find a more unique ID than my scar.
I'm sorry. I must insist on a more traditional identification.
Rats.
Rats. Well, would this not work? Oh.
Does this pass mean anything to you?
That is Monsieur Merlin's property.
That's right. Merlin the murderer. I want to see what he's left in your safe.
Impossible. I cannot betray his confidence, no matter what you say he's done.
You're making a big mistake.
Maybe. I can live with that.
Yeah, so there's something in the
I've
safe
just
that we
been
need.
manhandled by a gorilla. Yes.
I do not see any signs of a gorilla.
No, not a real gorilla. It was a guy who looked like a gorilla. It happened right out front of this building.
Let me get this quite clear. Are you complaining or bragging?
I want to know what you're going to do about it. The scrawny one has a gun.
I suggest you contact the police.
Can't you do anything about them?
What goes on in the streets of Paris is hardly my responsibility.
Aren't you concerned that your guests are being intimidated by gangsters?
No one else has complained, monsieur? Did they steal anything from you?
Well, no. They didn't find what they were looking for.
What was that?
I don't know. I don't think they did either.
Okay,
Thanks for your help, buddy.
let's telephone Nicole, see if we can get any more information on what to do next. Like I say, me mind's a little bit foggy. I can't really remember what goes on past this point.
Bonjour, Collard.
Hi, it's George. I have the address of the killer's hotel.
If you're
awesome.
going to pay him a visit, take care. Remember, that guy's a professional.
Thanks. I'll be fine.
Okay, so that wasn't the right thing to do. Let's speak to this young lady again. Quote unquote, young lady.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
Get me something out of that safe.
Did you know there's a gangster out front?
What makes you think he's a gangster?
The Italian suit and the bulge in his pocket?
I know plenty of men with Italian suits and bulges in their pockets. That doesn't necessarily make them gangsters.
Yeah, he's a gangster, alright.
That gangster I told you about? He went through my pockets just now.
Good heavens! One never knows what to expect in foreign parts. Thank you for the warning, young man. I shall hide my credit cards in my underwear.
I got the key. Thanks for your help, ma'am.
Okay, so this is not getting me anywhere.
I found this pass in Merlin's room.
So, that deceitful little man is passing himself off as an electrician, is he?
Uh-huh. This guy probably has a million faces. I showed the pass to the clerk, hoping he'd give me Merlin's papers, but he wouldn't buy it. He's too scared.
I'll give him something to be scared of.
Yes, come
Follow
on.
me, George.
Here we go again. What a legend she is.
Did you place a package from Merlin in the hotel safe?
I did, madame.
And did my friend here show you Merlin's identification?
Indeed he did. But
What's the problem?
He isn't Merlin.
A mere academic detail. Give him the package.
But that is against the law.
I happen to be a justice of the peace, you silly man. I am the law. If he tries anything, shoot him, George.
My pleasure, Lady Piermont.
One moment, please.
She's got away with words.
You know, I haven't enjoyed myself this much since Greenham Common.
I don't know what I would have done without you, Lady Piermont.
Voilà, monsieur. Le manuscrit de Monsieur Merlin.
Thanks.
How satisfying. An Anglo-American alliance that actually worked.
The clerk had given me a tightly rolled sheet of parchment. I decided not to unroll it until I was safely back in Nico's apartment.
Yes. Now, if we go out the front door, them two jakes will end up killing me. So what we'll do is take the room key, go through here again. And then what we need to do is chuck the scroll out the window. Never mind shrugging your shoulders. Right, get on the ledge. Now,
If I wanted my shins sticking out of my shoulders, I could have jumped. My
Yeah, well-
Stobbart didn't raise no suicidal fools, though.
don't want you to do that. Come on, George.
I knew this was no way to treat an ancient manuscript, but I couldn't let it fall into the hands of the goons waiting outside.
Correct. Okay, there we go. Right, back in. I should have shown you guys what happens if you did walk out with the script, but they do kill you. I think you end up like swimming in the river, or you know, like with the block of concrete at the bottom of your feet. Something like that. So yeah, that's how you get around them two idiots. Here we go again.
Hold it right there. Search him again, Flat.
Nothing, Guido.
Okay, let him go.
Screw you, idiots.
If the manuscript was what Flap and Guido were after, they were going to be disappointed.
Correct.
I couldn't wait to get back to Nico's apartment and check it out.
There we go. Back in Nico's apartment.
You're just not going to believe what I found.
It's not another part of the clown's costume, is it?
It's a medieval manuscript. Khan left it in the safe at the Ubu.
It's incredible. Is this what he took from Plantard?
It could be, which means it's worth enough to kill for.
Look there, two guys on the same horse.
Oh, yeah. Maybe they couldn't afford one each. What of it?
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar? Their official seal was an image of two knights sharing a horse. Whatever this manuscript means, it's connected with the Templars.
How come you know about these knights?
I learned about them while writing an article on the Crusades. This guy, named Hughes de Payen, arrived one day at the court of King of Jerusalem. He offered to protect the Christian pilgrims from the displaced Muslim armies. The king would be able to guarantee safe transit to Christians in the Holy Land. Safer journeys meant more pilgrims, and pilgrims meant trade and wealth. The Templars proved invaluable to the king as a mercenary army. It was said that they never asked how many the enemy numbered, just where they were. And as the years went by, the Templars grew in wealth and numbers. They were so rich, even kings came to them for loans. But at the height of their power, they fell foul of the King of France. He rounded them up and turned them over to the Inquisition. Thousands of Templars were subject to torture and confessed to heresy. Of course, at the hands of the Inquisition, there wasn't much they wouldn't confess to. The last Grand Master Jacques de Molay was burned alive. But the treasure of the Knights Templar was never found.
Some history lesson that was.
Jeez. So the treasure is hidden, waiting to be discovered?
If there ever was a treasure, it's been lost for 600 years. Anyway, we're supposed to be investigating a serial killer, not a medieval treasure trove.
But maybe that's what the clown and his accomplices are after. Maybe this manuscript is the key.
You'd better leave it here for safekeeping. Think about it, George. One guy's already died for it, as you said yourself. Besides, that parchment is fragile.
Okay, I'm convinced. You keep hold of it.
Briefcase.
I found Plantard's briefcase in the killer's hotel room. It was empty, of course.
Okay, this one.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Let's face it, we need help, George. Someone who knows about these things.
Who do you suggest? Indiana Jones?
I know a guy who specializes in medieval studies. His name is Lobino.
Huh. Some stuffy old fossil who gets horny over ancient relics, I suppose.
Far from it. Andre isn't the stereotypical professor you have in mind.
Where can I find this Lobino guy?
At the Krone Museum. I'll give you the address.
Okay.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull.
The only mythological bull I know of is the Minotaur, but he was only half bull.
I don't think I'd like to be half a bull, even if it was the bottom half.
What's that object between them?
It looks like a gem on top of a tripod. There's a guy working on a loom. He's weaving a carpet or a tapestry.
Or a
Sure.
duvet cover? It's a clue to a place, I reckon. Somewhere famed for weaving and ships.
Where folk live in barrels?
It beats copper boxes.
Okay, next one.
A knight with a crystal ball. Now, there's something written on the scroll beside the knight.
Yes, but it's written in Latin. Per disciplinam mea lux videbis.
By my teachings, you will see the light.
You speak Latin? Where did you learn a trick like that?
A trick? I studied law, okay? I can read Latin.
My, you're touchy. Tell me that again.
Through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
She likes a bit of Latin.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
She reminds me of the wicked queen in Snow White.
She was the one who said, "Mirror, mirror on the wall," wasn't she? She made me cry so much when I was a kid, Mom carried me out of the movie theater.
She didn't frighten me in the least.
Like I said, I was only a kid. I didn't like the crocodile in Peter Pan either.
Right, okay. I think that will do for this episode. Thank you all for watching. I think we need to go to the museum to get this transcript looked at a bit closer. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. Please leave me a thumbs up if you did. If you wish to go back and check out some more Broken Sword, I have already covered Broken Sword 5 on the channel. So yeah, go check that out. It's in the playlist. So yeah, that's it for me. Have a good day, have a good week, and I will catch you all back here next episode. See you then.